Welcome back to the second half of the Factor Uncensored. It appears the days of Freaknik, look it up, Google it, could be coming back to haunt some Gen X folk, people my age. A lot of people's moms and dads have been dreading the release of a new documentary about the event. The working title is called Freaknik, The Wildest Party Never Told, which is appropriate because it was the most popular festival among black college students in the 80s and 90s. It was like their spring break. There are plans in motion to stop it from hitting Hulu. According to reports, a group of unnamed professional black women are planning to file a lawsuit to stop it, claiming the documentary can't be released because they did not sign any media releases at the time. Let's jump right into the conversation. Joining me.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachaha, Kodash. I want to give double honors to the head apostle, that is a great millstone, and rule well and teach well. Peace and blessings to you, sincere Akim, that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in and week out, in all truth and sincerity. All right. This was an article with, a news clip that popped up on my YouTube feed, and it says potential Freaknik documentary leads to worries. And you heard, what this guy said. He said, a group of black women have came together to, stop this documentary from coming out because they didn't sign no quote unquote waivers. All right. Like that would matter anyway. Okay. Especially in today's day and age. All right. Because they don't want, the people, and especially the younger generation, to see how much of a freak, grandma was, man. All right. That their mother was. All right. Here it is. These so-called black women has told their children to act this way and don't do this and you should be this and that. And, they're looked at by the people that they have raised, in a certain light, in a certain matter. Well, here it is. Those same kids that you taught and or still teaching are going to see you live and direct on camera on a movie, all right, from years and years ago of you getting down, man, all right, salty and spicy, all right, drunk, falling out with your ass hanging out, man, all right, being a freak, man, seeing multiple dudes hanging all around you, man, all right, you doing some wild shit caught on camera, man, okay. Hey, man, the scriptures speak about this, man. All right? There's nothing hid that will not come to light, man. Roughly paraphrasing. And then we're gonna get that scripture in a little bit. But let's rewind real quick before we go further into this clip.
Welcome back to the second half of the Factor Uncensored. It appears the days of Freaknik, look it up, Google it, could be coming back to haunt some Gen X folk, people my age. A lot of people's moms and dads have been dreading the release of a new documentary about the event. The working title is called Freaknik.
And it's the majority of these women that are dreading these this Freaknik documentary coming out, man. All right? The majority is you so-called black women. That's who is dreading this documentary coming out. I believe it's on Hulu. Okay? And, it could be, men here and there, but it's majority of you women, man. Okay?
Welcome back to the second half of the Factor Uncensored. It appears the days of Freaknik, look it up, Google it, could be coming back to haunt some Gen X folk, people my age. A lot of people's moms and dads have been dreading the release of a new documentary about the event. The working title is called Freaknik, The Wildest Party Never Told, which is appropriate because it was the most popular festival among black college students in the 80s and 90s. It was like their spring break. There are plans in motion to stop it from hitting Hulu. According to reports, a group of unnamed professional black women are planning to file a lawsuit to stop it, claiming the documentary can't be released because they did not sign any media releases at the time.
Yeah, here it is. Sister so and so is in the sister so and so is in the church with the hat on. You know, singing in front of the church, singing in the choir. Might be the choir director. The sister leader. This, that, and so forth. Well, here it is. There's a documentary about to come out that shows her shaking her ass, man, in the middle of the goddamn street. That's why they don't want. Hey, their reputation is gonna be tainted, man. Okay, they're gonna have to have some. They're gonna have. They got some explain. You got some explaining to do. Man, what did Sarnetta say? He said, "Hey, you got some explaining to do." All right. That's why these so-called black women don't want this documentary leaked out, man. Okay, because we know what goes down at these spring break events. All right. We know it goes down at these festival outings, etc., man. Okay, at these different colleges. All right, and it's about to be all aired out, man. Okay.
Let's jump right into the conversation. Joining me now here, witnesses to, well, one witness to Freaknik, Rob G, the general, DJ Superstar is too young, and attorney Simone Redwine, who was too young as well. Now, I think it was like 80, it was 89 or 90,
Okay.
and Rob, you went, right?
I was there in '91.
Okay.
And that's when it took over and really got crazy. Beforehand, it was set up as a way for the kids from DC to have something to go to because they couldn't go home. They couldn't afford to go home. So it was just a DJ. They had some go-go bands, and nobody was checking for go-go in Atlanta. So they wanted to, be reminded of home. So it started out nice and wholesome. The people from Spelman and from Clark and from the AU Center. It started out something cool and nice for them, an HBCU style. But then it grew, more people found out, and less collegiate people started coming, and that's where it kind of...
Yeah, now in these type of events, it all goes back to the Greco-Roman Roman Empire, man. Okay, these festivals, these events, these week-long type of things where people just do things that they've never done in their life, or they would do if they weren't at a particular event like this, man. Okay, this happened in Rome, man. Okay.
turned crazy.
Absolutely. Simone,
Well, I'm glad I wasn't there. I might not be a lawyer today.
But for those, and there are some women out there who say they don't want this documentary to air because they may be in some of those videos. And there were some, revealing videos with them. I think it was twerking before twerking. What was it called back then?
Oh,
I don't know. What was it, Luke? I don't know.
It was more like grinding.
Booty bump?
Tootsie Roll. What was the other one?
Popping.
Yeah, popping.
There you go.
Okay, say the other word.
Pee popping.
Oh, there you go. On the handstand.
So would they be able to fight this? Is this, a legitimate lawsuit, or they
It's
just...
not.
No.
Unfortunately, there's no expectation of privacy when you are pee popping or twerking on a public street, right? In fact, they did it because they wanted people to see. So here, the lady's argument is that, well, they didn't sign.
Yeah, see, they did it because they wanted people to see. They wanted attention, and she's right. You're doing something in public for thousands upon thousands of eyes to see, and here it is. Somebody recorded you, and they're about to make a documentary. But now you want some type of form of privacy. Now because you didn't sign a waiver, that's just not gonna stand, man. And that documentary, be put together and aired out, man. All right, let's continue on in this video.
And releases, but you don't have to when you are in a public place, when there are cameras in plain view, and even after seeing the cameras, you keep twerking. So in that instance, they get to continue, and then the law is very protective when you say it's a documentary or a newsworthy program like here. And so even if it was illegally obtained footage, because this is newsworthy, because Hulu itself didn't illegally do the footage,
Right.
they can still release it.
All right.
Boom.
So, Superstar, what you gonna do?
Yeah, because those, those old freaks, those old freaks wanted attention, man. The same thing that goes on in today's in today's day and age, man. These women, these new freaks, they guess what? They want the same attention. That's why you see them all over Instagram, Facebook, OnlyFans. All right, all these different platforms, man. Okay, what are twerking and doing all this wild behavior, man. Okay, and a lot of these same women that were at this Freaknik festival, whatever you want to call it, year after year, are out here today trying to tell women this and that, and you're not supposed, and all these so-called things, man. When they were back then at these particular festivals, acting wild as hell.
I just said boo.
What you gonna do? They got you,
Hey,
Superstar.
I had my clothes on.
I seen your
wasn't
videos
even,
before.
whatever.
I'm kidding. She has no videos. But what do you think about that for them to come back all these years later and say this will harm their career, their reputation?
I don't think so. I think that is just so ridiculous to me when I heard that. I was like, first of all, they'll probably blur it out, blur. And then who's to say that
They'll probably blur it out. And you already said that it would hurt their reputation. Well, you're damn right it's going to have to hurt your reputation, all right? Hey, the things that you do in your past, it follows you, man. Okay?
got them on
Right.
Exactly. It's not even
That's
done.
very reputation.
I don't think so. I think that is just so ridiculous to me when I heard that. I was like, first of all, they'll probably blur it out, blur. And then who's to say that they got them on
Exactly. It's not even done.
That's very
Who's to say?
presumptuous.
Who's to say?
Oh,
my
I was a
goodness.
star. That ass out there.
Isaiah, that was
those
30 years. That was 30 years ago. They probably gained 40 pounds and probably unrecognizable by now.
Anyway, nobody gonna know you.
Although there is footage of Yolanda Adams, and I would like to see her.
Oh boy, yes.
with her and
Oh my
Jesus had
goodness. Yes.
But whatever we find on Yolanda, she's redeemed herself. We love Yolanda. Doesn't even matter anymore.
30, 40 years ago.
Right.
Man.
So, have you been intrigued by all of this, Superstar?
I
Your
have
thoughts?
been really, really, really.
Yeah, and they keep showing the men, but it's not the men that are worried about this. For the most part, it's not the men that are worried about this Freaknik, unleashing documentary, on the airwaves. It's you women, okay, that are worried about it, man. All right, let's go back one more time.
Could be coming back to haunt some Gen X folk, people my age. A lot of people's moms and dads have been dreading the release of a new documentary about the event. The working title is called Freaknik, The Wildest Party Never Told, which is appropriate because it was the most popular festival among black college students in the 80s and 90s. It was like their spring break. There are plans in motion to stop it from hitting Hulu. According to reports, a group of unnamed professional black women are planning to file a lawsuit to stop it.
Yeah, unnamed professional black woman, all right, are setting up a lawsuit to stop this documentary from leaking or being produced, on Hulu, Netflix, whatever the case may be, YouTube, okay, because of their wild behavior / misbehaving in their young teenage years at these colleges, man, year after year, okay. And this wasn't just a one-time thing. This was an event that happened year after year. Now, let's get some scriptures real quick. Not going to make this too long. All right, this is Luke chapter 12. And let's go down to verse 2. It says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known." Okay? So the freakism you know, the prostitution, you know, these women being sluts and whores. Talking about this older generation, okay? These women are now that are in their 50s, 60s, all right, you know, and older, uh, 40s, 50s, late 50s, uh, being exposed for their bad behavior slash misbehavior, man. And the younger generation, you know, their kids, their grandkids, okay, get to see how much their mother or grandmother was a freak, man. Okay, or their father or their grandfather was a pimp and hustler, man. All right, was a drunk. All right, you know. It says, "For there is nothing hid, Slocky, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known." Okay, let's read verse 3 as well. It says, "Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear and closet shall be proclaimed upon the housetops." Now it's about to be, now this documentary is about to be pushed out on the airways for the whole world to see, man. Okay? Let's go to Luke 8 and 17. It says, For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. Let's read it one more time. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad.
Welcome back to the second half of the Factor Uncensored. It appears the days of Freaknik, look it up, Google it, could be coming back to haunt some Gen X folk, people my age. A lot of people's moms and dads have been dreading the release of a new documentary about the event. The working title is called Freaknik, The Wildest Party Never Told, which is appropriate because it was the most popular festival among black college students in the 80s and 90s. It was like their spring break. There are plans in motion to stop it from hitting Hulu. According to reports, a group of unnamed professional black women are planning to file a lawsuit to stop it, claiming the documentary can't be released because they did not sign any media releases at the time.
And that's not gonna, they're not gonna be able to stop it because look at all the documentaries that have been released of all previous types of festivals. You got Spring Break, all the old Spring Breaks that used to be on MTV. All the different Spring Break events that were on BET. All right, all these different music festivals where kids were passing out. All right, getting raped, overdosing. Kids dying by the hundreds. Okay, there's documentaries on all of those type of events, man. Okay, so this documentary is being put together and it is going to be aired for the world to see. Okay.
Let's jump right into the conversation. Joining me now here, witnesses to, well, one witness to Freaknik, Rob G, the general. DJ Superstar is too young, and attorney Simone Redwine, who was too young.
With that, I'm gonna say shalom. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box to this video as well. Shalom.